What's up, guys? Welcome to another installment of SnapCount Sessions. Happy Halloween. I am wearing my costume, and if you guys don't know who this is, then you don't know ball. I'm just kidding. It's Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. And by the way, I am going to see my buddy Tyler DJ this weekend, and I will be wearing this. So Tyler, I don't care if you are embarrassed by me or not. Anyways, this week we're going to go over some of the players you may or may not have picked up this week, because this week was the healthiest waiver wire week that we've had since about week 2. And unfortunately, it was at the expense of a lot of our starters, right? Running backs in particular. So let's dive into it. Tank Bigsby and Dylan Sampson. So I want to talk about these guys because Barkley left with a groin injury at the end of Philly's game this past weekend, and Judkins was out with a shoulder. Both of these teams are on bye this week. So it makes life a little bit difficult. If you pick them up, obviously you can't play them because they're not playing this week, and then you don't know if the starter is going to come back. I will say Barkley doesn't seem that serious. It was a groin, like I said, and he could come back. He said he could have played the rest of that game, but you can't trust players. Of course they're going to say, hey, yeah, put me back in, blah, blah, blah. Judkins, a little bit different. He left with a shoulder, and I worry about that a little bit because with a shoulder, with a running back, then you got to worry about ball security, right? So coaches tend to keep running backs out a little bit longer when running backs have shoulder or arm injuries because obviously they want to protect the ball. So even after the bye, Judkins could miss the week after that. I mean, don't quote me, but that's how I feel. Dylan Sampson started the year as the Browns running back while Judkins was figuring out all of his bullshit. And Sampson looked good. So Sampson's a good pickup. And let's just wait and see what happens with Judkins. I want you guys to know all that. Tyrone Tracy's he was probably the number 1 pickup for you guys this week. He's nothing special, and it sucks what happened to Scadaboo, but at the end of the day, volume is king when it comes to running backs. He's going to touch the ball 12 to 15 times a game, and that's all you could really ask for. It's the Giants' backfield. It's hard to trust. Our guy, or my guy, Motor from FAU, might get a few reps here and there, might get some touches, but Tracy is the guy to own, of course. Next is Tyjae Spears. He's one of my favorites. Dude, if you haven't seen his highlight tape from his college days at Tulane, the guy is absolutely electric. Go watch it on YouTube. The contact balance is similar to Alvin Kamara. He's fast, he's compact, he's strong. He's a good player. When the Titans drafted him, they drafted him to be the backup to Derrick Henry, and I was pumped. And then, the Titans suck, and then they got Tony Pollard, but Brian Callahan was fired a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. This past week, he had 12 touches for 60-plus yards. It could be a sign of things to come. Spears is worth having on your bench because he could become flex-worthy. And then 2 guys that you probably drafted earlier than you should have. I was guilty of this too. Travion Henderson and R.J. Harvey, both these guys you need to be patient on, and I hope you guys have been. I hope you didn't drop them. I hope nobody picked them up for free or anything like that. Henderson, he got 10 carries this past weekend, and he got 75 yards out of it. You saw the juice. You saw how much better he is than Stevenson. He did fumble, but clearly Mike Vrabel doesn't give a shit about fumbling because Ramondre Stevenson does it every other week. And it's only a matter of time before Henderson takes over that backfield. You just gotta be patient. RJ Harvey, he's had his weeks. I will admit, I didn't think J.K. Dobbins would completely own the backfield. In games that the Broncos have dominated, like Cincinnati or Dallas, Harvey has gotten his licks for sure. But if you follow J.K. Dobbins' career, it's a matter of time before he gets hurt. And then Harvey will own that backfield, and you're going to be glad that you just held on to him. Again, both of those guys, you probably drafted too earlier and you're pissed. I get it because I did it too. But anyway, moving on to a couple of receivers. Excuse me if I butcher this name. Kimray DK for Tennessee. Io Manor hasn't worked out. Well, not worked out the way that I had hoped. I liked his connection with Cam Ward early in the season, but even with Ridley out, I thought he would become the guy. He hasn't. DK they actually drafted before they drafted Io Manor, and he really just started out as a kick returner. He went to University of Florida. He is electric. Last week, he logged 88% of the snaps. That's starter numbers. That's like don't come off the field type shit. And he catches deep balls. They like to take shots to him. And Ridley is probably going to miss another game. DK could be a flex option for you. Troy Franklin, I'm not going to go too much into. I hinted at it last week. He had a breakout week, and he's a true number 2 in Denver. Mims probably out with a concussion, by the way, but they do play a good defense in Houston. And then Darius Slayton, he's probably back this week. It gives Jackson Dart a true number 1. Another guy, speed, deep ball. He's tall, he's long. He could be a reliable target for you. And then finally, to top it off, I'm going to give you guys my top 3 plays this week. Number 3, Romeo Doubs versus Carolina. Over the last 4 games, so 5 weeks because they had a bye in there, he averages 7+ targets a week. I don't care that Christian Watson is back, and they have so many options. I mean, Jaden Reed's probably coming back soon too, but Dobbs is the only consistent thing going on in Green Bay. It's a good team. Jordan Love looks good, and Dobbs, again, only consistent thing going on there. So you could trust him for sure. Number 2, Kayshon Boutte, playing against a decent defense in Atlanta. Atlanta just got their asses kicked, but listen to this stat. Drake May, on throws 20 yards or further, he is 13 of 17. That is 76.5%. That's insane. And Boutte, all he does is catch touchdowns. And if you guys have him, you know he's been producing the last few weeks. Go ahead and start him again, man. Just keep him in that lineup. And my number 1, I'm trying to make up for last week. Last week I told you Kareem Hunt was out this week, and Brashard Smith was in play. I didn't do my due diligence and check the practice reports or injury reports throughout the week. I just assumed I saw Kareem Hunt get carried off the field last week and just assumed, okay, he's out. Brashard Smith is the number 2. No, didn't happen. Now, the other night, Monday night, Pacheco now apparently has a MCL sprain, and there's no. If Pacheco plays this week, then I clearly don't know shit. But if Pacheco doesn't play, which he probably won't, Hunt he gets all the red zone looks. He gets all the goal line looks. And even if he gets 25 yards, he could get you 2 touchdowns, you know. Kareem Hunt, my number 1 pick this week. And they play the Bills. It's going to be high scoring, or it should be at least. I love Kareem Hunt. With that, man, that's it. Happy Halloween. Be safe, and of course, have a profitable weekend.